So a couple of people have asked me specific questions about the final paper and the theological textual analysis, kind of the big projects that you're working on through the quarter, what the relationship is and how best to go about them. So I'd like to just make a few comments there. The first is, as I said in the first lecture, the final paper is really designed for you to hit a topic that matters to your community of faith, whatever that looks like, and is ideally rooted deeply in your community's tradition. That could be something like, it could be something, I would say like a big one that'll probably crop up in this class is the question of human sexuality. We do talk about theological anthropology in this course. That is what it is that God has created human beings to be and what it is that we are. And so questions of sexuality, marriage, family, those are implicated. And so maybe your congregation or your community of faith is trying to deal with, anything from gay, lesbian, bisexual issues to transgender issues to women preaching. And those are the kinds of topics that people deal with. They're real. And they are directly a part of this course. Well, that would be a great final paper topic, any of those. And then you might ask, what is the relationship between that and the theological textual analysis? Well, the short answer is there isn't one. The longer answer is, but it would really be a good idea for you to do your TTA on something you intend to write your final paper about. While I'm on that, people will ask, how many sources do I need in my final paper? Typically, I'd say you're going to need at least 10. That's because the way that theological argumentation works is you kind of, there's a book, it's called They Say, I Say. It's a great book. It's super easy, it's super simple, but it totally captures the graduate level work. Because what you're doing is you find someone out there, Jürgen Moltmann or whomever, and you say, or Wolf, you say, Miroslav Wolf says this. And then you accurately and charitably describe what Miroslav Wolf says about, say, men and women. He's an egalitarian. And he's talking about the way that men and women relate, the roles that they perform in the church. Wolf says this, and this is his theological basis for saying it. And then you accurately and charitably, frequently sourcing yourself in his actual language, demonstrate what it is that Wolf says. And then you say, for the most part, Wolf is right, but there are places where he's wrong. And you say, here are the places where he's right. You say, 1, 2, 3. And you say, here's why he's right. He's right for this reason, and this reason, and this reason. Then you say, but he's wrong about this. And you say, he's wrong about this and this and this, and he's wrong for this reason and this reason and this reason. And so what you've done is you've generated scholarship right there. You have interacted critically with a source. You've accurately told what that source says, and then you've critiqued it. And you said it's good, it's bad, it's a little of both. And here's why. And it's that here's why that's your genuine, that's your novel. That's what you bring to the conversation. That's your voice right there. You're like, this is why. Here's my argument. In order to do a great paper, you're going to have to do a lot of that. And so one of the ways you can look at the TTA, the theological textual analysis, is it's your first shot. You take a whole book, or if it's a really, really long book, you can take an excerpt to 250 to 300 pages, whatever it is, and say, this is what so-and-so says throughout this book. And this is good, and here's why. And this is bad, and here's why. You're practicing those techniques. Now, you're not going to block quote your TTA in your final paper, but you very well may use several paragraphs, even a couple pages, possibly. I mean, that seems like it's a bit much, but you can use material from your TTA in your final paper. You can use it as a way to kind of acclimate yourself to the graduate level essay writing component. So yeah, take advantage of it. It's a great way to go, but you don't have to. Maybe there's a book out there that has nothing to do with your final paper, but you really want to read it. You needed an excuse, and now you've got an assignment. Go ahead, take it. That's fine too. But yeah, if you're going to do less than 10 sources, you should talk to me, because you're probably either spending too much time with them, or, and this is more common with students, you're spending too much time talking about your own opinions. Really, the meat and potatoes, as it were, of scholarly writing, graduate level essay writing, is interacting with sources. They have great ideas, and you say, no, yes, kind of. And in that, you're able to generate your own position, your own view. So I hope that's helpful. If you have any other questions about those major assignments or any other assignments, just let me know. You can always text, email, call me, and we'll sort it out.